Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Rainbow Six Siege video. Today's video, we're going to cover almost every single callout that you need next time you play Clubhouse. This will have almost every single call in it that I know of, and if I skip over some, just let me know in the comments, and people can reference it, I guess. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, starting off, outside this breach right here, is usually called jacuzzi, obviously because the jacuzzi's right here. This is almost always called jacuzzi. The only call you're probably going to hear here is either main breach in this hallway, or people might probably just say main breach. You might hear gym hall also right here. This is usually called top main up to around here. You might hear like beer stack, I don't know. You don't really hear much for this. Some people do say just like on the beer cans if they're like tucked here. Coming into the gym section here. So this is gym, obviously. This is called rack. Rack, you might hear gym rat. Right here, if they're standing right here, it's called weights. Obviously, if they're behind the bomb chassis, you'll just hear chassis. Now, coming into master bedroom, this is all master. Right here is usually just called bed, if they're playing like right here, bed, or on top of the bed. And then right here, this mattress right here, held up, is always just called mattress. Coming to the, it's usually a rotate here, so you hear like bedroom rotate. Some people say concrete, just because there's concrete right here. Walking in here, this is called gold. And then all this is usually just called logi, could be called logistics or office. Those are like the three commons for here. And then walk into this door, you don't really hear many callouts into here, but the only one I really know of is secret on construction area. So this whole room is usually called construction. You might hear con. Some people call these planks, so if they're playing like behind them or on them, you'll always just hear planks. And then if someone's behind this workshop bench, I mean I personally just say like workshop bench or bench. And then right here is single wall. And then this other wall right here is called cache wall. Now moving our way into the cache. So this whole site is called cache. If someone's right here, it's usually called rat. And if they're behind this like cache stack here, you'll either hear just like bills. And then behind this table, some people like to say like green box. You might just hear like behind the table, which can get confusing if they're playing behind this one and you think it's this one. So just make sure you know what you and your stack call this one right here, as it can be varying from different person to person. Now this corner right here, you can hear like back in the day people used to play shield here, so some people still, I think I used to hear like pixel and stuff. Obviously not many pixel peak there, but there's also a radio here, so a lot of people say he's on radio. And then this whole room is CC, and then usually the bomb chassis is like right here, so if they're planting, you'll probably hear default plant right here. Now jumping outside quickly, this balcony right here is usually called highway, so if they're playing on this, it's usually, you'll almost always hear highway. And then gym window, and then this window here is bedroom window, master bed window, con window, connector, construction window, and then CC window, server window. And then outside the CC site right here, you'll either hear just hear, if you're playing the site, you'll just hear breach. Other than that, CC bow, CC breach. And then we're coming to the stairs. This is red, and this is red platform. And then these are the red stairs right here. Coming into garage, as you can see, these are labeled 1 and 2, so if they're on right up to here, this is usually called catwalk 1 or C1. And then over here is C2 or catwalk 2. Catwalk 90 is right here. And then this is just usually called catwalk. And then this window right here is either just called catwalk window, garage window, varies from person to person. And then obviously garage stairs. And then walking down into the garage here, obviously like I said up there, this is C1 breach, C2 breach if they breach this. And then right here is bike or motorcycle. And then underneath the stairs, like always, is Harry Potter. And then walking down to these little small stairs right here, this is called swamp right here. If you hear swamp, this is what it is. And then walking out, this area right here, bottom red. And then right here is lounge. And then right here is just stock usually. And then this is just main lobby, main door. Coming to the stage area, when you're up on top here, this is stage. And then if they're like right here on the spare, you could hear bear. Most people probably won't say that, but it's good to know. Walking into bar here, there's bar hatch. This is jukebox. This is usually inner bar. This is pool table. Down here, you might hear a decent amount of calls, bottom bathroom. Really depends on what site you're playing. You might hear even showers. This is neon, due to the neon lights right here. Now, strip isn't really contested very much. A lot of people either just sitting there and nothing will come. So, not many people know like the full calls for it. So, we'll just skim through it quickly. So, this is strip bar. This is pole right here. Right here is DJ, obviously with the DJ set there. Strip breach. This room here is lockers. Then coming over here, you can probably just hear office. I know some people call it hobo. This is like workshop in here. And then obviously, yeah, like I said earlier, it's either like hobo, office, bottom office, strip office. These calls aren't that as important as, like I said, not many people come through this way and can test it fully. This hallway right here is kitchen hallway. This is exit. As you can see, it says exit. That's exit. This whole area is kitchen. Kitchen hatch. And then this is freezer right here. And before I forget here, main stairs right here. These are main stairs. This is top plat. And then coming downstairs here, this is bottom plat and bottom main right here. And then down here is bottom main. Now obviously there's two halls here. This is usually short hall, long hall. You might even hear like moto hall. And then this is obviously moto. Now this whole area is called church right here. Moto door, people say. You might hear vending door with the vending machine right here. So right here is mini bar. As you can see, there's a little bar there. People like to play in this area, so you might hear default plant here. Coming into Arsenal here, usually you'll hear, if people playing around here, you'll hear mannequins. Or if there's a rotate here, there could be like a mannequins rotate. This is AKs, and then if they're up here, this is called boost. Since you can boost up here and get a, there's like a zombie hold you can do here. So AKs, and then if they're up, it's boost. And then these boxes can get confusing. Obviously I said this could be mannequins if they're playing behind it. You might hear B1. I call this usually just double box. Some people say B2, and this is B3. And then a lot of people like to play behind the shelving unit. So if they're behind this area, people like just say back of Arsenal, back site, behind the shelves or something. Just as long as you know where exactly that is, you should be completely fine. Coming into dirt here, so there's 3 bends into dirt, so I'll work my way back. So obviously this is usually just like container, as it says right there, or dirt. And when you walk in, you get here, this is bend 1 up to this metal thing, and this is bend 2. See how it bends again? And then up here is bend 3. So just as long as you kind of know around where bend 1, 2, 3 is, you should be fine. This area right here varies from all, like a lot of calls varies from all different people. There could be like top blue, garage storage area. Could be just storage. These are blue stairs right here. Bottom blue. Walking in here, you might hear generator with the generator right here. And then coming into this little like ladder area, as you can see, this is the garage again. So you might hear just ladder because the ladder's here, or pit. I prefer calling it pit. And then this is usually I just call blue hall just to keep it simple. And then this is stock hatch right here, blue hatch. And yeah, that's basically it. Almost every single call out on Clubhouse. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider like, comment, subscribing, turn on to post notifications for more videos like this. And I'll see you in the next one.